Welcome to English Coffee Break with Oliver.
And Emma, this is your daily dose of English.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to a brand new full-length episode of English Coffee Break. I am Oliver.
And I am Emma. Oliver, are you okay? You cleared your throat. Are you getting sick?
Oh no, I am perfectly fine, thank you. But just thinking about today's topic makes me a little nervous. Today we are talking about every traveler's worst nightmare.
Getting sick in a foreign country. It is terrifying. You are far from home. You feel terrible, and you have to walk into a pharmacy and try to explain your symptoms in a second language.
Exactly. Survival English at its most critical. When you have a fever or a terrible stomachache, you do not want to play charades with the pharmacist. You need the exact words to get the right medicine.
Today, we are going to give you those exact words. We are going to cover the most common tourist problems, catching a cold from airplane air conditioning, and getting food poisoning from exotic street food.
We will also look at the confusing difference between British and American pharmacies, and we will teach you some fantastic medical idioms. But before we diagnose anyone, we have our community challenge.
Yes! To help you survive your next trip, we have created the Ultimate Pharmacy Cheat Sheet PDF workbook. The link is right there in the description below.
Inside the PDF, there is a complete vocabulary list and a patient form quiz. You need to read the symptoms and write down the correct advice. Here is the challenge. Download the PDF, complete the quiz, and email your answers to us.
The first 3 people to send us the correct answers will get a massive shout-out in our next episode. We will put your name on the screen and welcome you into the English Coffee Break Hall of Fame. Just pure glory and a celebration of your English skills.
It is the absolute best way to make these words stick in your memory. And speaking of the Hall of Fame, Emma, it is time to reveal the winners from our last episode.
I love this part. In our last episode, we talked about spring vocabulary, unpredictable weather, allergies, and spring cleaning.
By the way, if you missed that spring episode, do not worry. You can click the link in the top right corner of your screen right now, or find it in the description below. It is a fantastic lesson on weather idioms and highly recommended.
For that challenge, we asked you to complete a story about a terrible April morning. This time you were being modest, but we still selected 3 lucky winners.
Let's welcome them to the Hall of Fame. Congratulations to our first winner, Laura from Brazil. Laura, your answers were flawless. You used the phrase "a clean slate" perfectly. We hope you are walking with a spring in your step today.
Our second winner is Ken from Thailand. Ken, you navigated the vocabulary like a pro. You clearly know the difference between a drizzle and getting completely drenched in a downpour. Amazing job!
And our third inductee is Anna from Germany. Anna, your use of the hay fever and pollen vocabulary was brilliant. You definitely proved that you are not under the weather when it comes to English grammar.
A massive round of applause for Laura, Ken, and Anna. Listeners, if you want to see your name on the screen next time, download today's pharmacy PDF and send us your answers. We are waiting for your emails.
Okay, Emma, let's imagine I am on holiday in the United States. I have a headache. I need to find a place to buy medicine. Where do I go?
You open Google Maps and look for a pharmacy or a drugstore, like CVS or Walgreens.
And this brings us to a massive cultural shock. In the UK, we go to a pharmacy or a chemist. In British English, a chemist is a common word for a pharmacy. A British chemist is very professional. It is quiet, clean, and sells medicine, bandages, and maybe some expensive French face cream. But an American drugstore, Emma, it is absolute chaos.
What do you mean? American drugstores are amazing.
Emma, the last time I was in an American drugstore, I walked in looking for cough syrup. In aisle 1, they had medicine. In aisle 2, they sold giant bags of potato chips. In aisle 3, cheap wine. And in aisle 4, seasonal Halloween decorations. It is a supermarket.
Yes, that is the beauty of it. It is convenient. You can pick up your medicine, buy a greeting card, grab a frozen pizza, and get some shampoo all in one place.
It is very confusing for Europeans. But let's focus on the medicine part. When you walk to the back of the store, there are 2 types of medicine you can get. This vocabulary is critical.
Exactly. The first type is prescription medicine. A prescription is a piece of paper or a digital message from a doctor that says you are allowed to buy a specific, strong medicine, like antibiotics.
If you walk up to the pharmacist and say, "I need antibiotics," they will ask, "Do you have a prescription?" If you say no, they will send you away. You must see a doctor first.
But for common tourist problems, like a cold or a stomach ache, you don't need a doctor. You need over-the-counter medicine. Over-the-counter, or OTC, means medicine you can buy directly from the shelf without a doctor's permission.
Excuse me, where can I find over-the-counter painkillers? This is the medicine you can just pick up and pay for at the cash register.
So, now that we know where to buy the medicine, we need to know what to ask for. And to do that, you must be able to describe your symptoms accurately.
The most common way tourists get sick is from airplanes. You sit in a metal tube for 10 hours, breathing recycled, freezing air conditioning. You step off the plane and 2 days later, disaster.
You have caught a cold! But listeners, if you walk into a pharmacy and just say, "I am sick," or "I feel bad," the pharmacist cannot help you. They need to know your symptoms. A symptom is a physical feeling or problem that shows you have an illness.
Let's start with the head and work our way down. If your head hurts, you have a headache. But if we want to be precise, level B2, we can describe how it hurts.
If your head feels like someone is hitting it with a hammer, boom, 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 to the rhythm of your heartbeat, you have a throbbing headache.
I can't look at the bright lights. I have a terrible throbbing headache. Now, what about the nose? This is very frustrating. There are two opposite problems you can have with your nose.
Problem A. You cannot breathe. Air will not go in or out. Your nose is blocked. You can say, "I have a stuffy nose," or the more advanced medical term, "I am congested."
I need a nasal spray because I am severely congested. And problem B is the exact opposite. Water is constantly dripping out of your nose and you need 100 tissues.
We call that a runny nose. I can't stop sneezing and I have a runny nose.
Excellent. Now, moving down to the throat. If it hurts when you swallow food or drink water, you have a sore throat. Sore means painful and uncomfortable, usually because of infection or too much use.
I was talking too much at the conference, and now I have a sore throat.
So, let's put this together in a mini role play. Emma, you are the sick tourist. I am the pharmacist. Notice how Emma describes her symptoms perfectly.
Excuse me? Could you help me, please?
Good morning. Of course, what seems to be the problem?
I just flew in from New York yesterday, and I think I caught a cold on the plane. I have a terribly sore throat, and I am very congested. I can barely breathe through my nose.
I see. Do you have a fever or a throbbing headache?
No fever, thankfully. Just the congestion and the throat pain. Do you have any over-the-counter medicine that could help?
Certainly. I can recommend this nasal spray for the congestion and some medicated lozenges for your throat. Take 2 every 4 hours.
That sounds perfect. Thank you so much. And cut. See? Because I was specific, Oliver gave me exactly what I needed. I didn't get random headache pills for a throat problem.
Exactly. Being precise saves time and gets you healthy faster. But Emma, a cold is annoying, but it doesn't ruin a holiday completely. There is another tourist problem that will trap you in your hotel room for 3 days.
Oh no! You are talking about the food, aren't you?
I am. The exotic street food. The spicy, delicious, dangerous street food. Imagine you are walking down a vibrant street market in Bangkok or Mexico City. You see a man cooking something incredible on a grill. It smells like heaven. You eat it. And 12 hours later, you are trapped in your hotel bathroom, questioning all your life choices.
Oh, the absolute nightmare! You have food poisoning.
Yes, your body is rejecting the local cuisine. Now, if you manage to crawl out of your hotel room and find a pharmacy, you need specific vocabulary. You cannot just point at your stomach and groan.
Exactly. The most common feeling when you have food poisoning is that you want to throw up. The advanced B2 level word for this feeling is nauseous. Spelling Nauseous. Nauseous means feeling as if you might vomit or be sick.
I ate some bad seafood yesterday, and now I feel incredibly nauseous. Or you can say, I suffer from motion sickness. When I read a book in a moving car, it makes me nauseous.
If the feeling becomes a reality, the medical verb is to vomit. To vomit means to eject matter from the stomach through the mouth. He ate 4 hot dogs on the roller coaster and immediately started vomiting.
A very unpleasant image, Emma, but a very useful verb. Now, what if you're not vomiting but your stomach is just making terrible noises and cramping? It hurts, but it's not a sharp pain.
We call that an upset stomach.
I drank the tap water instead of bottled water, and now I have an upset stomach.
Okay, Oliver, let's do a quick role play. You are the sick tourist in Mexico. I am the pharmacist.
Excuse me, do you speak English?
Yes, a little. How can I help you, sir?
I need something strong. I ate from a street food cart last night and I think I have food poisoning. I have a terrible upset stomach and I have been feeling nauseous all morning.
Oh, I am sorry to hear that. Are you vomiting? Or do you have a fever?
No fever, thankfully. Just the nausea and stomach cramps. Do you have anything to settle my stomach?
Yes, we have these chewable tablets. Take 2 now and drink plenty of bottled water to stay hydrated.
Notice what Emma said at the end. Chewable tablets. This brings us perfectly to our next section. When the pharmacist gives you the medicine, you need to understand what form it takes and how to use it safely.
If you go to a foreign pharmacy, the packaging will be in a different language. You need to know the English words so the pharmacist can explain what you are buying.
The most common form of medicine is solid. We call them pills or tablets. A pill is a small, round, solid piece of medicine that you swallow.
But if the powder is inside a plastic shell that dissolves in your stomach, that is a capsule.
What if you fall and scrape your knee or you have a terrible rash from a poisonous plant? You don't want a pill. You need a cream to rub on your skin.
The medical term for a healing cream is an ointment. The pharmacist gave me an ointment for my mosquito bites.
If your eyes are red and itchy from the pollen we talked about earlier, you need drops, liquid medicine that you put into your eyes or ears, 1 drop at a time. I need some eye drops for my hay fever.
And remember my role play about the sore throat? The pharmacist gave me lozenges. A lozenge is a small, sweet tablet that you suck on to soothe a sore throat. They often taste like honey and lemon, or strong mint.
Okay, so you have your medicine. Before you take it, you must look at the box. There is a section on every box of medicine called side effects. A side effect is a secondary, typically undesirable effect of a drug or medical treatment.
The most common side effect of this antibiotic is an upset stomach.
But there is one specific side effect you must absolutely know. It is a matter of life and death, especially if you are renting a car on your holiday. You must check if the medicine makes you drowsy.
Yes, if a medicine makes you drowsy, it means it will make you fall asleep. Many strong cold and flu medicines have this effect. If you take a pill that says may cause drowsiness, and then you drive a car, you can crash. In many countries, driving while drowsy from medicine is illegal. You can get a huge fine or go to prison.
So, if you need to drive or if you need to be awake for a business meeting, you must ask the pharmacist. Do you have a non-drowsy version of this? Non-drowsy means it will not make you tired.
I need something for my cold, but it must be non-drowsy because I have to drive to the airport in an hour.
That is top-tier survival advice. And speaking of pills, we have our first medical idiom of the day.
A bitter pill to swallow, meaning an unpleasant fact, situation, or truth that you must accept, even though it is difficult or painful.
Imagine taking a pill with no water. It tastes terrible, it is bitter, but you have to swallow it to get better. Losing the championship game after training all year was a bitter pill to swallow.
Or in a business context, the company's profits dropped by 50%. The CEO told the investors the bad news, and it was a bitter pill to swallow for everyone.
Excellent. Now, let's look at some more positive idioms. Let's talk about getting healthy again. So, you took your non-drowsy medicine. You rested in your hotel. You drank lots of water. And finally, you start feeling better.
You are on the road to recovery. If your friend calls and asks how you are doing, you can say, I was very sick yesterday, but today I am on the mend.
On the mend, meaning to be recovering after an illness or injury, improving in health. My grandfather broke his leg, but the surgery went well and he is finally on the mend.
It's a very comforting phrase. And what if you are 100% recovered? You have full energy. You are ready to go hiking or dancing. You can say, I am as fit as a fiddle.
As fit as a fiddle. A fiddle is an informal word for a violin, meaning to be in perfect health, extremely physically fit and healthy.
My grandmother is 85 years old. She walks 5 miles every day, and she is as fit as a fiddle.
The origin of this one is interesting. A violin fiddle must be kept in perfect condition, perfectly tuned to make a beautiful sound. If you are fit as a fiddle, your body is perfectly tuned.
I love that. And Oliver, we have one final, slightly aggressive medical idiom to teach our listeners today.
Ah yes, karma. To give someone a taste of their own medicine.
Meaning, to treat someone as badly as they have treated you. To give them the same negative experience they gave others.
Imagine a bully at school who always steals people's lunch. One day, someone steals his lunch and he starts crying. You would say, he finally got a taste of his own medicine.
It has nothing to do with actual medicine. It is purely about revenge and justice. My boss is always late to meetings. Today, I arrived 20 minutes late to his meeting to give him a taste of his own medicine.
It is a very satisfying idiom to use. Well, Emma, we have covered a tremendous amount of ground today, from the cultural shock of American drugstores selling Halloween decorations,
to describing a throbbing headache, surviving an upset stomach, checking for non-drowsy side effects, and learning how to swallow a bitter pill.
Listeners, you are now officially equipped to survive any pharmacy in the English-speaking world. But remember, listening is only half the battle. You must practice.
This is your final reminder for our Pharmacy Community Challenge. If you want to be in the Hall of Fame like Laura, Ken, and Anna, you must act now.
Go to the description below and click the link to download the free Pharmacy Cheat Sheet (PDF). Inside, you will find the patient form quiz. Read the symptoms, prescribe the correct advice using today's vocabulary, and email your answers to us.
The first 3 people to send us the correct answers will get a massive shout-out on the screen in our next video. We want to see your names in lights.
And listeners, if you found this 20-minute survival guide helpful, please do us a massive favor. Hit that subscribe button, leave a like, and share this video with a friend who is traveling soon. It helps our channel grow more than you can imagine.
Yes, your support means the world to us. And for our question of the day in the comments, what is your craziest or funniest story of getting sick or trying to buy medicine while traveling abroad?
Did you accidentally buy sleeping pills instead of painkillers? Did you try to act out stomach ache to a pharmacist? Tell us your stories in English in the comments below. We read every single one.
Stay healthy, everyone. Travel safely, read the side effects, and we will see you in the next episode.
Be as fit as a fiddle. Goodbye.